Mr. This is back in another one. Today I'm going to talk about two ways how to change a quadratic equation into vertex form. Alright, vertex form goes as follows. Y equal a time open parenthesis x minus h close parenthesis squared plus k. So let me tell you some characteristic about A. Remember, A is the leading coefficient. A will determine if the graph goes up and down. As we said earlier, that we're going to focus when the graph goes up and down. The A also will be a stress. Alright, we're going to compress the graph. The minus H is a horizontal shift. Either you move to the right or you move to the left. And the K is when you move vertically up and down. So I'm going to mainly focus on how to change the quadratic equation into vertex form and find the necessary point, which is x-axis of symmetry, the vertex, and also we can find the y-intercept, the x-intercept, since our goal is to graph. So the other details that your pre-calculus teacher, your calculus teacher will elaborate on that. But mainly I will show you how to change your equation into vertex form and identify the necessary. So the easiest way to write an equation in a vertex form is to identify your A. In this case, A is negative 2. Alright? I'm going to try to do the easiest one. Or we're going to use the x-axis of symmetry. X equal negative b over 2a. In this case, we call it h. So h and x are simultaneously the same. If we know a x-axis symmetry, you can use it for h. Right? In this case, we will see that x equal negative b. In this case, b is 8. So b is 8. Right? You will have negative 8 over 2 times negative 2. Now you will have x equal negative 8 over negative 4. In this case, x is 2. X and h are the same. X is 2. Now, since we know the x-axis of symmetry, you know x, then we're going to find f of negative b over 2a to find the y-coordinate. In this case, for the vertex, we have the y-coordinate, which is 2. Now we're going to take that 2, replace it in the original equation to find your k, which is y. So since we are using h and k, we're going to do the same thing. Y and k are the same. So you can let yourself know that. Right? Is equal to negative 2. Right? Times 2 squared plus 8 times 2 plus 3. That will be the childish version. Easy one. So you will have negative 2 times 4. 2 squared is 4. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 3. Alright, in this case you will have k equal, that will be negative 8 plus 16 plus 3. You will have k is equal to negative 8 plus 19. Now you will have k is 11. So your k is 11. So we know the vertex, and we know A, we're going to replace it into vertex form. That will be the childish version. So this is your formula. Now you will have y equal A, we already identified, which is negative 2. We'll have negative 2 times x minus h. H we know that was 2 squared plus k, which is 11. This is your equation in vertex form. That will be the Charlie's version, right? As also we know the vertex, let's label it since we are going to graph, which is the most important point. And we will know that the y-intercept is 0, 3. So the only thing we'll have to find is to find the x-intercept. So to find the x-intercept, we'll have let y equal to 0, subtract 12 on this side, divide by 2, then you take square root. So let me show you the other version. And by completing this way, that will be the most effective way to find the vertex, to write your equation in vertex form. Alright, let's move on. In this case, you want those to be on the same, right? Your variable to on the sum, you subtract 3 on this side. Then you will have y minus 3. The y is the same thing as 0. So you can leave it 0, you can leave it y. So this is no problem for now. You factor the negative 2 out. This will give you x squared. That will give you minus 4x close parentheses. So we're going to factor this out. We take negative 2. We take negative 4. Right? We divide by 2. Then you square it. You will end up with negative 2. You square it. That will give you a 4. You add 4. It's a p that you add 4. In reality, you do not add 4. You add negative 2 times 4. Then you have to add that on the other side. Plus negative 2 times 4 equal negative 2 open parentheses x minus 2 squared. So let's simplify this side. This will be y minus 3 minus 8 is equal to negative 2 times x minus 2 squared. I will have y minus 11 equal negative 2 times x minus 2 squared. Now we're solving for y. Then you add 11. And this is our equation in vertex form. So either way will work out. Then as you can see, the equation will not change. Right? This is your h. This is your k. This is our equation in standard form. Alright. So let's keep doing, let's keep practicing. So let's go for another one. So it's not difficult. So my goal for you is to use completing the square. This is the most effective way, because when you get to conic section, you will not be able to use negative b over 2a. Those are different animals. You must use completing the square. Therefore, it is essential to do that. Let's go an easy one. All right, y equal x squared plus 4x minus 6. All right. So in this case, the y-intercept will have been 0, negative 6. All right, we're going to find the x-axis of symmetry, which is h equal minus b over 2a. Remember, h and x simultaneously are the same. All right, and we know b is equal to 4. So you will have h equal negative 4 over 2 times 1. A is 1. Right? A is 1. And you will have h equal minus 4 over 2. In this case, h is negative 2. So for your vertex, this is the essential point you're going to find, is negative, h is negative 2. Then you will take negative 2, you substitute it to find k. Where you see y, you will call it k. Same thing as y. So we'll have x, we substitute negative 2, you square it for x, plus 4 times negative 2, minus 6. Then you evaluate that. K equal negative 2 squared is 4 minus 8 minus 6. I will have K equal 4 minus 14. In this case, K is negative 10. Then this is your vertex, negative 2, negative 10. So we have the vertex, we know A, then we can replace A, we replace H, we replace K, that's your vertex form. Your vertex form equation will be y equal, or f of x, you don't have to put invisible one, x minus h, right, which is negative 2 squared plus k, which is negative 10. So when you simplify that, you will have y equal x plus 2 squared minus 10. This is your equation in vertex form. That will be the Charlie's version. Let's try the big boy version. Alright? Now if you were to find the x-intercept, you will have to let this, that the beauty about the vertex form. So this will tell you this is h, this is k, and my y-intercept was 0, 6. Now if I did want to find my x-intercept, I will have this, let this equal to 0, substitute 0 for y, and you will have to add 10 on each side. So when we're graphing, that's what we'll have to do. When you're doing the completing the square, it's kind of much easier to find everything in one. So that's what we'll have. And you will have to take the square root, and this will give you the x-intercept. That's for another lesson. So that's the beauty about the vertex form. So let's see if we can do the big boys, the big league version. In this case, we add 6 to each side because we want the variable, we want to have family grouping, then we add 6 on this side. So remember y is same thing as 0. So you will have x squared plus 4x, then you will have to complete the square for that. You take your b term, 4 divided by 2, then you square it. That will be 4. You add 4. If you add 4 on that side, you add 4 on the other side. Then you will have y plus 10 is equal x plus 2 squared. Alright, then you subtract 10 on each side. Then it's much easier. Then your equation is in vertex form. Look at how easy is that. Nothing changed. This is your vertex form for a quadratic equation. Bingo. Alright, let's keep moving. Let's get the one that's harder so you can understand what's going on. Next equation is y equal 4x squared plus 10x plus 3. We're doing both versions. The y-intercept will have been 0, comma 3. Right? In this case, b is 10 and a is 4. We're going to do the x-axis symmetry. H equal negative b over 2a. Then we'll have h equal negative 10 over 2 times 4. H will be negative 10 over 8. When you simplify that, h will be negative 5 over 4. So the coordinate of the vertex h, your x-axis of symmetry also is negative 5 fourths. Then you're going to take that quest, then you replace it here to find y. That's the Charlie's version, or you can call it k. So either way. So you will have 4 times negative 5 fourths squared plus 10 times negative 5 fourths plus 3. Then you will have k equal 4 times 25 over 16 when you square that, minus 50 over 4. This could be simplified, but for purposes I will not simplify it because you will have common denominator. Cos 4 goes to 16 4 times, then you will have k equal 25 over 4 minus 50 over 4. That was the reason I did not want to simplify that. So plus 3. Alright, this I wanted to have this in fraction. This is a 1 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. Then I will have k equal, combine those two, that will give you negative 25 over 4 plus 12 over 4. Then this will give you k is negative 13 over 4. Then that will give me my k, negative 13 over 4. Now I know my h, I know my k, and I know a, and I can use this two information to put my equation in my vertex form. So my vertex form will be y equal 4, which is my a, times x minus 5 over 4 squared plus k, which is negative 13 over 4. Here we have to do a little simplification. That will be 4 times x plus 5 over 4 squared minus 13 over 4. This is my vertex form, childish version. Alright, baby step. So either way will work. So we call that the baby step. Let's go to the big boy version. That's, you will see that which one you prefer. So my goal, my objective for you is to use the complete least square to have your vertex form, because it will give you the x-axis of symmetries. Then you already know the y-intercept from the beginning of the equation. Then you can replace k or y with 0. Then you solve for the x-intercept. Then you will have all of the points that you need to graph. So let's do family grouping. We're grouping the leading coefficient together. Then we subtract the constant on the other side. Always remember y is the same thing as 0. If you don't want to see the y, just replace it with 0. Now I'm going to factor 4 out, because in order to do complete least square, the leading coefficient x must be a 1. This that you want to get, that will be plus 5. That will be, is that you want to get 10x, that will be 5 over 2. That will give you 5 over 2x. Alright, then you'll have to complete this square. So if I distribute this will give me 5, that will be 4x squared. 4 times 5 is 20, 20 divided by 2 will be my 10x. So this is checked. So this is where the game gonna get spicy, when it's a fraction. So let's go. We're gonna take the b term again, in this case, which is 5 over 2. We're gonna take 5 over 2, then we're gonna divide by 2. It's the same as 2 over 1. So you're gonna pick this first fraction as same, 5 over 2, and the other fraction change to 1 over 2. Then you multiply, this will become 5 over 4. Then you will have to square it. That will give you 25 over 16. That's what you will add here. I say P, that's what 25 over 16. But to add on the other side, you have to distribute the 4 by that. Then you will add 4 times 25 over 16 on the other side. If you do this properly, that's what you really add on that side, and that's what you need to add on the other side. So we'll have y minus 3, 4 go to 16, 4. Alright, this will give you plus 25 over 4. Alright, then is equal to 4 times x plus 5 over 4 squared. Let's clean some of our mess. Then on this, just remember this is mean nothing, it says 0. So we're going to put this over 1, multiplied by 4, multiplied by 4. So you will end up with y minus 12 over 4 plus 25 over 4 is equal to 4 times x plus 5 over 4 squared. When you combine this, it's going to give you 13. We'll end up with y plus 13 over 4 is equal to 4 times x plus 5 over 4 squared. Now we're going to solve for y. You subtract 13 over 4 from each side. You subtract 13 over 4 from each side, and this is your equation is in vertex form. So your vertex form, after you simplify, will make y equal 4 times x plus 5 over 4 squared minus 13 over 4. This is h, this is k, and this is a. The outcome will not change no matter what. It doesn't matter you're dealing with big fraction. So let's get that going. Alright, easy one. Y equal x plus 8x minus 11. So you do family grouping, add 11 on each side. You will have y plus 11. I'm doing the vertex form first, then I go to the baby step. So now we're getting better at it. So we're gonna, now you're gonna take this number, divide by 2, that will give you 4. You take 4, you square it, then that will give you 16. That's how you add on this side. That will be 4 squared. And you will have y plus 11 plus 16 is equal to x squared plus 8x plus 16. And you will have y plus 27 equal x plus 4 squared. And you subtract 27, and your equation is in standard form. That's an easy one. Since a is 1, it's not that difficult. This is h, this is k, and a is invisible 1. You don't need to put that. So let's recap. Let's go to the baby step. The baby step, we're going to find h, which is minus b over 2a. In this case, we know b happens to be 8, and a is 1. So we need to find the vertex. So we'll have h equal negative 8 over 2. In this case, h is negative 4. Then we'll take negative 4, we'll place it in the original equation. You will have y equal negative 4 squared plus 8 times negative 4 minus 11. Y equal 16 minus 32 minus 11. And you will have y, which is k, is equal to 16 minus 43. Y is negative 27, which is k. K is negative 27. Now, as you know, a is 1, then you're going to use those 3 times a. You come and replace this, then you will have y equal. You don't have to put the 1, x minus 4 squared minus 27. This is going to become a plus 4. And you will have y equal x plus 4 squared minus 27. This is your other equation in vertex form. If you compare it with This one, you will see that it's make no difference whatsoever. So keep doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it, doing it. Wake up, Mr. This is it. Stop sleeping. Wake up, take good notes, and follow those steps. Sooner or later, you will see on top of the mountain, your C is gonna become B, your B is gonna become A, and you will forever enjoy math. Alright, baby step, there's a big one. Negative 6x squared minus 12x minus 1. Y-intercept will have been 0, negative 1 for the front of it. Alright, my B is negative 12, my A is negative 6, so my x of symmetry is minus B over 2A, that will be minus 12 over 2 times negative 6. I will have H is equal to 12 over negative 12, therefore my x-axis of symmetry H is negative 1. Alright, then I will have to go to find K, replace it here. Then I will have K equal negative 6 times negative 1 squared minus negative 12 times negative 1 minus 1. I will have K equal negative 6 times 1 plus 12 plus 1. I will have K equal negative 6 plus 12 plus 1. I will have K equal negative 7 plus 12. I will have K is equal to 5. So my vertex negative 1, negative 5, that's my vertex. So I know my A, I know my vertex. This is A, this is K. I'm going to replace K. I will have Y equal, my A is negative 6 times x minus 1 squared plus K. In this case, K is 5. That will be plus 5. Then you simplify, you will have Y equal negative 6 times x plus 1 squared plus 5, and this is my baby in vertex form. That dbb1. So now already you will see that thing is extremely easy. So let's go on the big league. So on the big league, so we do family grouping first. Alright, we group and we add 1 on this side. You will have y plus 1 equal. Factor negative 6 out, come x squared, that will give you plus 2x. Alright. So I'm going to take this divided by 2 is 1. When I square it, that's going to give me a 1 again. But it's simply that I'm adding 1. In reality, I'm adding this. Negative 6 times 1. I'm adding negative 6 times 1 on the other side. Then this will give me x plus 1 squared. Then I will have y plus 1 minus 6 is equal to negative 6 times x plus 1 squared. I will have y minus 5 is equal to negative 6 times x plus 1 squared. I'm solving for y. I add 5 on each side. Then I'm home sweet home. My equation is in vertex form using completing the square. Either way, the answer will not change. So this is vertex form. So let's do a couple. Then we can leave you with a sense that you know what you're doing. So when you go in your algebra 2 with calculus, then you know what to do. Alright? Instead, this is trying to give you the best hint possible to do the mechanical work. how to solve those babies out. Alright, we end up with y equal 4x squared minus 12x, right, plus 9, right? B equal to negative 12, that my B is equal to 4. So my x-axis of symmetry is h equal minus b. B is negative 12 over 2 times 4. Now we're going to get a fraction. I know some of you are going to start flipping out. Over 8, this can be simplified, and my h by 4, that will be 3 half. This is the x coordinate of it, the vertex 3 half. Now I need to find my k, so I'm going to replace this in the original equation. B, my guess, welcome to fraction, that will be 4 times 3 half squared. You will see how nice it is when you work with fraction, when you know how to work with fraction, right? Then you will have k equal 4 times 9 over 4 minus 36 divided by 2 is negative 18. That will give you negative 18 plus 9. 4 goes to 4. Now we'll have k equal 9 minus 18 plus 9. Now you'll have k equal 18 minus 18. Ooh, after all, fraction was not that tough. Everything cancel out. Then we have that is 3 half, 0 is our vertex. So that will be a double root. Alright, then you're going to put that in vertex form. So you will see that y equal 4 times x minus h, 3 half squared plus k. You don't need to do that since it says 0. Then this is your equation in vertex form. Not that strong at all. So let's go do the big boys one. So you do family grouping, you keep your x together, you subtract 9, you will end up y minus 9. Factor 4 out, you will have x squared, that will give you minus 3x. Then you take this divided by 2, you will end up with negative 3 half, and you square it. That will give you 9 fourths. Now, it's a period that's what 9 fourths. In reality, you add 4 times 9 fourths. That's what we will add on the other side. Y minus 9 plus 4 times 9 fourths is equal to 4 times x minus 3 half squared. Then you will have y minus 9. That cancel, that give you plus 9 is equal to 4 times x minus 3 half. So you don't need with all of those operations when you're doing completing the square. Actually, it's much easier. Then you have y, alright, that gives you 0, and 4 times x minus 3 half plus k is 0. You don't have to put it. Then you get the same equation. So don't let this flip you out. Just do the work and do the grid. Believe. Just build on your algebraic solving. Dealing with fraction, those are the things that can set you free. Alright, let's do a couple more. Then we can move on and start doing the party. Let's go party, party, party. Y equal negative 4x squared minus 24x minus 36. Those are a bunch of numbers. Could have say everything else for you, could have factored by 4, but we're not going to do that. So we have b is equal to negative 24, a is equal to negative 4. Let's find the x-axis of symmetry. Minus b minus 24 over 2 times a. Then you will have h equal 24 over negative 8. Therefore h is negative 3. The x-axis of symmetry is negative 3. Now we only need to find k, then we'll get equation in the vertex sum. We're going to take negative 3, you place it here. So you'll have negative 4 times negative 3 squared minus 24 times negative 3 minus 36. Then you'll have y equal negative 4, this will give you positive 9. That's give you positive 72 minus 36. That will give you minus 36 plus 72 minus 36 minus 36 minus 36 is minus 72 plus 72. K is 0 again. In this case, your vertex negative 2 is 0. So those are the things that we are going to do. This is A, this is K. So your equation will be y equal negative 4 times x minus 3 squared plus k, which is 0, don't have to put that, y equal negative 4 times x plus 3 squared. Your equation is the vertex sum. Home, freely home. Let's go use the big league boys. So who did use complete least square method? That's the one I want you to do. Hopefully to family grouping at 36. Now you will have y plus 36 equal factor negative 4. You will have x squared. This will give you 6x. And take this divided by 2, that will give you 3. You square, that will give you 9. In reality, you do not add 9, you add negative 4 times 9 on the other side. Then you will have y plus 36 minus 4 times 9 on the other side is equal to negative 4 times x plus 3 squared. Then you will have y plus 36 minus 36 is equal to negative 4 times x plus 3 squared. Then that will give you y is plus 0 is equal to negative 4 times x plus 3 squared. It doesn't matter, you add 0 on the other side, make no difference. This is your vertex sum. Then you don't need that. This is your equation. Then nothing changed. After all, it's not that bad. Do one more, then I can let you go start do your party. Let's go to the party. Mr. This is easy. Wake up. Alright, y equal 3x squared minus 12x plus 10. Alright, b is negative 12, a is 3, my axis of symmetry is minus b over 2 times a. You will have h equal 12 verse 6. My h is 2. My h is 2. Now I need to find k. I'm going to take that 2, replace it here. I will have k. Why k? Make no difference. Since it says k, let's put k. We'll have 3 times 2 squared plus 12 times 2 plus 10. We'll have k equal 3 times 4 minus 24 plus 10. K equal to 12 minus 24 plus 10. K equal 12 plus 10 is 22. 22 minus 24 is negative 2. In this case, k is negative 2. This is my vertex. This is my k, and my A. Those are the three things that I need to put in vertex form. Then I will have y equal A is 3 times x minus 2 squared minus 2. My equation is in vertex form using baby step. Let's go do the big boy step, completing this square. After all, it's not the big boys. It's just more faster, it's more organized, it's more neat, it's more professional. So that's what I'm hoping for you. Those in completing this square more effectively, do family grouping, subtract the 10, you'll have y minus 10, factor the 3, you'll have x squared, that will give you minus 4x. Then you take negative 4 divided by 2, that will give you negative 2. You square it, that will give you 4. Now once again, it's AP that you add 4 on that side, but in reality you add 3 times 4, that's what you add to add on the other side, 3 times 4. And you'll have y minus 10 plus 12 equal 3 times x minus 2 squared. Then that will give you y plus 2 equal 3 times x minus 2 squared minus 2. Then you home freely after all. Then you have y equal 3 times x minus 2 squared minus 2. Then you are in vertex form. That was Mr. This is once again in another one. The only thing you have to do now, just go like, share, and subscribe. Mr. This is in another one. See you next time.